welcoming all the dignitaries as well as all the participants for this particular program. Now may I request our Professor Madhimaran, the course coordinator, to present the scope of the course.
Very good morning to one and all. It's my pleasure to give a brief welcome to the dignitaries, participants, our guest for today. Of course, our Honorable Vice Chancellor is on the way. He would like to join soon us. So I first of all welcome Professor R. Murugan, Registrar from Central University of Tamil Nadu, Thiruvarur. I welcome Professor Panch Ramlingam, Director in charge for PU-HRDC, as you can already may be aware of that. His unique expertise in organizing these HRDC courses for huge, vast experiences for many years. I welcome Professor Pratap Shetty here, Dean of Schools, School of Life Sciences from Pondicherry University. I welcome Dr. Ramamurthy, Professor Ramamurthy, Professor and Head Ecology and Environmental Sciences, Pondicherry University. It's my pleasure to give you a kind of summary of this course as coordinator of this refresher course on biological sciences. I'm sure you all, the participants, have come across, have come from different disciplines. So certainly zoology, biology, as you all know, is very vast, right? All the way from zoology to plant science. And then I saw, of course, just there are so much diverse participants. That includes molecular biologists, biochemists here from our own university here, Pondicherry University. So in a way, I would say this is more like right from molecular level, biology as it covers everything from, I can say, even more nanoscale, biology at nano level to macro level, that includes, you can imagine the scale where biological science can be dealt or learned at every scale. So keeping in mind the participants, background, and in a way that each of your also kind of expectations in this biological refresher course. The idea is to also not get into only one specific topic or one topic on biological sciences, but rather we try to, the scope is also to keep more very general on each level, like it can be right from plant science means, as you can see the various lectures, you will definitely see that there is combination of various topics. That includes, as I told, nanotechnology, impact of biological science, for example, and then even agriculture. So there you'll see agriculture, wheat science, medicinal plants, and again, biological science, if you consider, it can be at the level of level of organisms or at molecular level. So molecular, again, we can get into more deeper insights, as you see, metagenomics. So those who are into molecular biology, I'm sure that they would see that particular part also gets into much more deeper address. So the course content, as you see, is framed and the speakers invited to give you an idea at both basic and more deeper insights, but certainly not very much deep into like research perspective, where one needs much more deeper lectures. So in summary, just for you to know, also you would have noticed already that lectures are also kind of not kept in, of course there's also reason to have it more not in a sequence from basic like nano to later at the agriculture, not in that very order, but I think in some way or other it might be also losing some if you keep it, say, first in 5 days, if speakers are only dealing with only nano technology or only agriculture for next 4 days, 4 lectures, then it might be in a way also boring in my idea. So kind of if you see, it's also to fit in, change gear, I would say, from one topic to other, and then you will see it again comes back, like say starting molecular or metagenomics, and later also you will see there's some molecular biology. So if we keep continuous also, one perspective is, of course, we might have a different perspective on way we deal it, but otherwise if we keep only one type of topic continuously, it might be like a course, master degree course, like that, like a syllabus. So here the idea is to also yourself will get time to understand. If you're not into that field, for example, zoologist here, some topic may be completely new for you, but you have time to kind of go through the lectures, understand the fundamentals of other side of zoology, and then again maybe see how certain, say, techniques. One of the lectures, for example, Dr. Arun Kumar Dayalan planning to even do some practical lecture or workshop like. So this is kind of diverse way of approaching one topic. So this can be applied when you have workshop like this field of say that is about real-time PCR. So maybe some of you are familiar, but others would be able to get advantage of basically sharing knowledge. So just to conclude my speech on that, so it's certainly in a nutshell, it consists, this refresher course consists of almost all aspects of biological sciences, I would say, and I encourage strongly more interactive way, that also among yourself and interact directly with each of the resource people giving talks, and wish you all the best for next 2 weeks about, and all the I wish you also good stay in Pondicherry and have a nice time for your during this refresh course. Thank you very much. Yeah.
Thank you very much, sir. Our esteemed Vice Chancellor is here to bless us by inaugurating this particular course, and this is a time to welcome on behalf of the HRDC our honorable guest. As far as this academic year is concerned, this is the 8th program we are launching. What are the programs we are conducting here as mandated by the University Grants Commission? We can typically follow the guidelines. Our esteemed Vice Chancellor for the past 6 years continuously supporting without any deviant or change in schedule. Whether the University Grants Commission gives money or not, our VCS mandated the program may go to the teachers intend to get the benefit. That is the reason it is well received all over the country. Even for this particular program, we are having the participants from Haryana, from Karnataka, Kerala. Even though our nearby HRDCs are organizing the programs online, sitting at home, getting the certificate, it's easy. Even then the teachers would like to come over here, stay with us and get benefit out of that. All these things are happening in this particular campus is only because of our esteemed Vice Chancellor. Whenever we are approaching him with a schedule, immediately he will give the consent and see to that how effectively we are organizing the course. This is not only for the teachers in HRDC, but in the entire campus is taking enormous strain and pain. When he landed here in 2017, he is like a military officer. But day one, day out, he was toiling and moiling for the cause of the education and the academic, teachers and non-teaching staff and students. Literally he has spoiled his health. That you may not believe how he is having the working capacity for till night 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, used to do the, especially for the cause of the development of the university. Simply has raised this university at the Himalayan task. You might be seeing in the media now some of the parameters we are at the 4th level among the central universities. First and foremost thing he was introduced in this campus when he joined, he implemented the 7th pay scale. Likewise, each and every aspect is taking care of the faculty. Among 400 faculties got elevated by way of CAS. More than 170 faculties inducted as new recruits. Those who are trailing for more than 10 years, 15 years at the non-teaching level, all got elevated in the permanent place. We can add on like that, not only for the Pondicherry University, is additional Vice Chancellor for the Gandhigram Rural University for more than 1 year. That also is taking care of it. If you go to his chamber, you can see the vibrance. You may be having in mind what are all the grievances maybe, but you can simply solve it. Such a noble person is acting like a saint. You may not have any hidden agenda at his hand. That is his speciality, is guiding entire campus. Wherever issues may be small or large, immediately he will attend, he will not leave untouched. That means he is our godfather. He knows how to organize the activities in the campus in such a way. He is guiding many Vice Chancellors of this country. That's why we used to say he is Vice Chancellor of Vice Chancellors. whatever the policies taking place in this country, that he is the first person to implement. In the same way, he has implemented the NEP 2020 in our campus as well as in the affiliated institutions. The principals and heads of the departments, they all thought that there may be some mix-ups, we may not be able to cope up. Immediately organized programs for the heads of the departments, for the principals, sorted out the entire thing. Now they are all very happily taking care of the NEP 2020 from this academic year is concerned. In such a way, I can spell out in detail as many as his contribution for the cause of the Pondicherry University as well as for the academia in general in this country and abroad. He is such a positive, vibrant Vice Chancellor we are having. We are very much gifted with his blessings. Today we are launching this program. May I request our esteemed Vice Chancellor to give the presidential address.
Thank you, Professor Panch, for very kind words about me. Professor Thirumurgan, who is representing the Vice Chancellor of Tamil Nadu Central University, who for some reason could not make it today, and our Dean, Professor Shetty, Professor Ramamurthy, head of the concerned department, and the course coordinator, Professor Mathimaran, and our own director, Professor Panch, and all participants here, whom I have heard that they have come from all over, from far-flung areas. Good, I welcome you here, and in my opinion, the course on life sciences is extremely important for the reason that this is one science which is changing every day. Whatever is there yesterday, you find there will be a lot of changes in a span of a couple of days. So therefore, it is important for us to keep abreast with the latest in our areas. Now, all that, we cannot do it sitting in our own colleges, wherever you come from. Some are from very remote areas. And though there is connectivity, though we are all now with the help of so-called Google and other platforms, we are in touch. But honestly speaking, how many of you would be opening and getting into the latest aspects of various areas that you are in? So it is only through such courses that one comes to know about what is the latest. And I've been always maintaining that it is a stroke of luck that you are in a college somewhere and somebody is here across. It could have been the other way around also. It's just a matter of sheer chance. Now, wherever you are, one should not be feeling depressed that I am in a college, therefore I am not going to be doing anything. I am not capable of, or I will not have the chance. It is not so. Wherever you are, a lot of work can be done, and those ideas one gets when you attend courses like this, when you interact with some of the greats in the field. You will find, I was going through the list, there are many interesting topics, and there are many people who are coming from different institutes to give you the benefit of their experience. So when you listen to them, you pick up some of the best practices that one needs to adopt, which probably till now you might not have adopted in your institutes. When I talk about good practices in terms of teaching, in terms of the experiments that you are carrying out, or in terms of some of the literature that is needed in library or elsewhere, which you might not have got it, but then this is one of those which will give you a chance to update whatever you have in your reading materials. Now you will say, sir, where is the need? We can always pick up from the media and we can always update. Where is the need for us to spend 14 days or 3 weeks or 1 month at times? Well, I know you can do it. You can read, but then how many of us do it? That is the question. Here, you are going to be staying here. You will be listening to the talks. You will be interacting amongst yourself on various aspects of life sciences, which are taught in your institutes and elsewhere. So it is when you interact through this, you come to know, okay, there they are doing this, probably we can also do it here. So this way, you tend to change yourself, and you also get an idea that these are the areas where we can start our research work in, which probably till now you might not have started. Till now you might have been with a feeling that you are in a college, you are supposed to be teaching some undergraduate, couple of postgraduate classes, and that ends your duty. You take your classes and go back. Rarely I have seen a college teacher looking into the latest by going to the library or by looking at the latest journals or by reading some of the latest articles which are there in this. Not only in journals, you even get it in newspapers. If you look at any newspaper, I'm not talking advocating for a particular one, any newspaper you pick up, daily national newspaper, once in a week, I'm leaving it as an exercise for you, once in a week they give you a column on science and technology. And that is where they bring out the latest, whatever is in terms of research in eye treatments or research in COVID or any topic you mention, you will find that they talk about it. A lot has been published in the last about 1 week or 10 days, which I have seen on space, on our Chandrayaan landing on the southern side of moon. A lot has come. Who went there first? What is the cost factor? What way we are ahead of others? But the big question mark is how many of you are reading it? I was shocked when I was interviewing people that they were not able to name 3 newspapers of a country. Believe me, and I mean it. I said, can you name 3 newspapers? They were not able to do this. And if somebody comes from wherever, whatever area you are in, they were naming local Dinamalar or local newspapers. Well, that's good. Local news is also required. But then you also need to have what is there in our, what is on in our country. And when I give you further, I think that will be nothing less than absolute shock. I had some candidates whom I asked who is our Prime Minister. Believe me, I'm meaning it. They said Mr. Amit Shah. I said, then who's the President? Mr. Narendra Modi. And when I asked, that time Mr. Ramnath Kovind was the President, I asked who is the President again. Think of, they could not name Mr. Ramnath Kovind. That is the awareness a college teacher has, unfortunately. And that is the ultimate which I can talk about. Nothing else. Leave aside financial policies or foreign policy or infrastructural development or the way we are making rapid strides. Very unfortunate. That is something which goes beyond. Very few would know. And then the part that I want to highlight here for your benefit is, when we talk about it, people will say, sir, I am a science type, I have nothing to do. I deal with biology and zoology and whatever, botany. That's it. You will say, sir, I don't have to look at these things. It is not a question of looking at these things. It is a question of what is your awareness. Are you breathing properly in the atmosphere that we are in? If you are breathing properly, you will understand what I mean. You will obviously know who's Nirmala Sitharaman, what is budget, what is happening, what way our country is developing. If our country is surging ahead, what are the factors that are leading to this? What are the factors which are counted towards this? And if science and technology has to grow, what are the immediate areas we have to pay our attention to? But then we are all blind. What we do is we go to our lectures. That also I am putting it with an underline, that also we don't bother to go through. Whatever you have written last year or year before last, you pick up those papers which are turning yellow and you start looking at it and start putting it or jotting it out on the blackboard. That is not needed. I mean, if you tell me whatever I would have taught, whatever subject I come from, and if you tell me we need to teach about this, I keep reading about what is on in the subject. What are the latest books which have come up? So I would start here with a piece of chalk and start lecturing. I will not read, let me tell you. Reading, of course, is important, but then if you tell me, I will not say that, no, I am not prepared, I will not be able to, I will start talking about it. That is, if you look at within yourself, how many of you would be able to do it? You will say, no, I don't have notes, I will not be able to talk about it. Or, I am putting this figure at 80%. If you pull out 80% of our teachers and take their notes away, they will start shivering and will not be able to speak for even 10 minutes out of 50 minutes. They need to have that. Why should we be having, if you're very sincere, if you're going through a work? That is what is needed, and this is what you get to know when you're attending a course like this. You talk to one another, you find out what way do you teach this topic, what are the books you have, what are the latest you have bought. If somebody gives a lecture, you interact with him. What is the best way to go into this? What is the minimum that is needed for starting research in it? And I have seen, I can give you umpteen number of examples, those teachers who were in very remote areas where even it's not very easy to reach. I'll give you an example of a place called Maya Bandar, which you go to Port Blair and you need about 10 hours of driving to reach that place, or 40 minutes of helicopter ride. I have seen some teachers there who are looking at the literature and they are writing consistently on various topics. That is what is needed. So this is what you come to know from such courses. When somebody will give a talk after the lecture, during lunches or during evening teas or during your strolls, you will come to know what is it that you have been doing and what others are doing, and what is it that you can begin right away in your own labs. It is possible, let me tell you. You don't need a rocket or a moon to start your research work. With basic things you can begin, and everything contributes, let me tell you. Every aspect of science that you work in, it contributes to the growth of our subjects. Suppose you are here, and if you travel across in the evening for an evening stroll, and if somebody is a botanist, you look at it, what are the rare species of plants we have here? And why is it that they are here and not elsewhere? It will be a good study. And what is it that you can inculcate in your places? I have seen many universities, I'm meaning it, I'm not naming, where it is a torture to drive through those universities. I'm talking about central universities. They started 10 years back. The staff there, the vice chancellor there, the registrar staff, they didn't have the basic sense of greening the campus. It is as dry as the driest places in our country. Do you think they could not have thought of this? They should have thought about it, that this is a campus which is going to grow ultimately. And if we start doing these plantations now, probably things can become very rosy. It will be attractive for the staff who will be here. But less said the better. And that remains, if you move in a sunny day, you will not feel like looking at outside the building. This is what is called vision. And this vision one develops when you talk, when you interact, when you discuss. And this platform where you are now sitting is one such great occasion where you can make the best use of this. What are the books you are reading? What are the latest? What you have done? What lectures you have given? What are the scientific programs you are conducting? What are the debate competitions you are doing? All these things, when you interact, it results in sizable improvement in your wherever you are. So therefore, make best use of this. Interact amongst yourself. Interact with the resource persons. Find out what can be done. And if you keep this in mind, I think you would have contributed richly after the course. And let me assure you, this is a very good place you are in. It's a paid holiday of 14 days for you. You are in the best of the places, green, lovely campus, lot of spirituality around, lot of positivity around. So here, when you finish this course in right earnest, you will find, and mark my words, you will find that you will be a far better person than what you have been before you started this course. So make best use of it. I, despite my whatever tight schedule I have, Professor Panch will bear me out when I make this statement. I make sure that whenever there is a refresher course, I come for the opening, I come for the valedictory also, because I am keen to know what way you have improved, what have been your experience. I get the feedback, I go through that, and we try our best that if there has been any shortcoming, we try to overcome and improve for the next course. That is what has given our HRDC school a wonderful standing in the country, that this is one where the work is done very seriously. If you have compared and if you have attended any course earlier, you would have noted that there have been courses where people go and the course coordinator will tell, well, the person who wants to give lecture, he has just started, please wait for half an hour, he would join. That's the seriousness people have elsewhere. And don't worry, don't attend, I'll give you like attendance, you'll get this certificate. It is not certificate which is important. What is important is to improve yourself, to improve your inner core. And that everybody doesn't have it, let me tell you. Everybody doesn't have the quality to be a brilliant researcher or a brilliant teacher or a brilliant orator. But those who became brilliant orator, they picked it up. They started somewhere. They listened to someone. And then they picked up those habits and tried their best to inculcate those qualities in their own self. And they became, every time, by day, they became better. This is what you need to do. If somebody has not been a good teacher, if somebody has not been having the right qualities, don't get into any kind of a depression that I am bad, I am good for nothing. There is always a chance to improve. So if you have till now not done anything, here is a time, from this time onward, pick up and you will find you will never look back if you follow what I have suggested. And we have all done it that way. It is not that we were born whatever we are. We have also worked hard towards this and come up the way we have been. And anybody look at, I don't know how many of you have read the biographies of many greats. Read those, you will find what is it. If somebody has been writing, or if you have been reading the newspapers, there are many contemporary writers who are writing editorials. So as I said, people have a very bad habit of not looking at it. Look at that. There are editorials on science and technology, international relations, infrastructure development, financial matters. All those who are writing, don't think that they sleep in the evening and when they are in their deep slumber, they get the ideas from elsewhere that you write on this. They read, they analyze, and then they apply their minds and then they put it in the newspapers. This is what you need to do, and you will find a feeling dawning upon you that if he could do it, why not I? If he could write, why can't I? If he could do this, why can't I? If that feeling comes in you, you will find you will be as great or as good as anybody else is. So I wish you a very happy time here. Make best use of this course, and at the end of the course you will find whatever I have said, you would be a far better and rich person as compared to what you are now. Thank you very much, and God bless you all.